Hello, YouTube. This is Tim 2.0, and this is Big Keison, aka Delicious, aka Little D, aka.
Oh, they can see me now. Lil D? We gonna go.
Man, I don't sit here and call no grown ass man Big D. That's your fault for keeping this going. See, I told you about this. Man.
I was gonna be very professional with it and go, hey, Big Keison, aka the bearded gentleman, aka Remy Reddit. I wasn't even gonna go down that path. But you open paper.
You go that extra route all the time. I sit here and I be like, why do he do that all the time? But could you lead us into this video? We don't need a disclaimer for this one. This do not need a disclaimer.
All right. So I was listening to the new stylistics, from the 70s, 60s. I was listening. They had a new album out. They don't replace a couple members. But it got me to thinking. Now, their album doesn't qualify for this. They stayed in their realm. The album sounds like a stylistics album. The title of this one is, why do the old groups try to do new type of music? Like, I don't want to hear the Temptations do twerk music. They be in there, ooh, shake it, baby. Shake it, shake. Like, no. Stay in your realm. Nobody want to hear the Temptations do twerk music. And then even still, like, I don't know if you heard the last Temptations album. It wasn't even their music. They just sung some other people's music. Like, I was listening to it, I was like, is that John Mayer? Like, wait a minute, is the Temptations singing John Mayer? Like, they don't even do their own songs now?
But you know what? Now they're covering songs, man. They're covering songs. But I gotta actually say this, man. When you sit back and you think about it, brother, and you know what? That type of genre of music is dead.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. The 70s and 80s music is basically dead. Because even the older crowd kind of evolved. You're not listening to the same music you was listening to back then. You changed your listening habits. So, so did your, your palate change. Palate change, like when they say it changed for like food, it changed for music. Now you sitting here listening to something different. But I give you a prime example. You said a group, I'm gonna give you a person. Now we all know Brian McKnight, boy. That boy was killing it back in the early 2000s. Boy, he was, back at one, and all of these songs he was making. I mean, he was on top of it. Mm-hmm. But he always made them crying songs. He was like he sweat in the corner crying. Girl, come back, please. Mm-hmm. But his music, man, when he joined Young Money for that brief period of time, he made a song, man, that made so many people mad. I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Now, see, I can't say that on this because I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. But it was just like, what the was you thinking?
Look, but here's my thing. Good music is good music. Like, I just heard Brian McKnight's new album. It sounds like a what? Brian McKnight album. You listen to it, you're like, okay, he fell in love, he fell out of love, he's loving that he's loving. Okay, that's a Brian McKnight album. I don't want to hear Brian McKnight talking about panties dropping and slanging it in the club. That ain't his realm.
Right now, see if you did that in a second album. Now, see, I would have been like, okay, maybe he mixed it up, then he went back to something. But see, it would have been out there. But you come and do it at the end of your career. Buddhist clapping in the club, Brian McKnight is in the,
But see, certain music is just classical. Okay, now I'm going to call this person Voldemort for this conversation because I know where it's going to go and you're going to try to say their real name. This person is from Chicago. They have hundreds, if not thousands of hits that everyone knows. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to call them... Okay, sure. Yeah, they're from Chicago. I'm going to call them Voldemort. He that should not be named. Okay.
Name him.
No, he that should not, because this conversation is going to mention he that cannot be named. All right, so he that cannot be named had a couple albums where he did some music that made you feel like it was the 60s or 70s. And it was just like, okay, you can go back, but it's hard for certain. And then he tried to come back and had something that was talking about some So everyone don't over know who I'm talking about. He was talking about Dark Underwear. We just gonna call it that. You know the name of the album. You know the name of the album. And it was like, no, you can't go from 60s, 70s type music and talking about love and missing people and then come back and be like, dark panties, dark underwear.
But well, you know what? What happened was when he went back. Okay, it was. Don't get me wrong. That album when he went back was good music, and I think a lot of people don't understand. It's hard to make money off of that type of music. You know, the younger people buy albums, brother. You know, I hate to say it, they buy music, download music, and all that stuff. Older crowd ain't too much in. They may buy a CD every now and then, but they ain't buying too much of nothing, man.
But older crowd come to your concert, and they will continue to come to your concert.
Oh, but the younger crowd come to that concert and show out, man. They come in there, you know.
They come to excuse me if I sound ignorant, because I'm starting to get confused. They come to a Lil Baby, Da Baby, Lil Uzi Vert, or I guess there's a regular Uzi Vert. I don't know. I'm losing count.
Lil Wayne.
Right, they go to those type concerts because hey, that's what they know. But people who love music, like those people continue to sell out. They may not sell out arenas. Let me get that, but they might sell out their venue that they do every time. People keep wanting to see. I like seeing the underground R&B artists. I like seeing good music. I go see Jill Scott just about every year that I can. You know, Jill be up there with the look. We're gonna keep this one PG-13. Her and that
what
microphone.
About those pictures that leaked to Jill Scott. You know what? You don't know about that?
No, I don't know about them pictures.
One was with her with a shirt on that was covering her private area and covering her breast, and one was without her with a shirt on.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna need to do deeper research about what you've given me. I haven't seen this. For the sake of the fans, I'm gonna do deeper research. All right.
Well, but I'll say this: she said she did this to chronicle her weight loss journey. Okay. Dude, I don't know, weight loss, but you know, it's deep, bro. But what I'm trying to say is, the artist to me that sounds like his first album did, Glenn Lewis.
Well, Glenn only has 3 albums. Only 2 released in the U.S. I'm a deep Glenn Lewis, but he only got 2 released in the U.S. with 3 albums. The real fans got the Canadian album.
But I was just about to say, because he's from Canada.
Did you say Canadian? Did you say Canadian? Oh, you got caught saying Canadian. He's from Canada, right? Oh.
You ain't lying. He's from somewhere across the border. But I'm going to say this, man. That you know he a little bit crazy because he got that big forehead. I said, man, I know he got some crazy.
Don't hate on him.
It's Not Fair video. I looked at the forehead. I said, you see Washington cheating. He got that big-ass forehead. It's like...
I will say this, Uncle Tim. If you've listened to a Glenn Lewis album, you have went through something in your life. Okay? Because Glenn he didn't sing that song he ain't sing none of them songs for women. He sung them songs like, bro, this is what I'm going through. And you sitting there just, it's not fair.
I ain't no lie. You know, yeah.
And remember, he was laying on the ground in the thing with just albums around him. Just, men hurt too. Look, I know
he was too sensitive, but you know what?
Was he?
I was proud of that video.
He was real.
Oh, another artist, man. And, and I'm going to go here. The one that shall not be named. Mm-hmm. Music Soul Child. I don't know. Now, I'm going to give you a good example. That first album was fire. I don't know what happened after that.
Don't you dare do Music Soul Child. Don't you dare do music like that.
Album with Don't Change on it, man. Don't Change was like...
Man, you get around here talking bad about musics now. Now, that everybody know.
I still remember I was watching that show with... Damian Wayans. He used to come on Channel 7, him and Tisha Campbell.
Okay, yeah. My Wife and Kids.
Yeah, that's when his son was laying in the bed with Megan Good, and, they were like, this was their first time, the candles was lit, and Music Soul Child was playing. I was like, damn, boy, go on here.
But see, timeless music is timeless. Now, I am a true Music Soul Child fan. And he got about 7, 8 albums. Now, he got about 1 album where he trying to do something new. And I've seen him in concert. he be trying to rap and act. I understand what he wants to do, but I'm like, music, no offense, and everybody know I'm deep into music, soul child, like that's my artist. But he wants that lively music, and he be like trying to do that for like Don't Change. He be like, everybody don't change. You be like, no, that's no, I'm sorry, no. Be you.
But see, I'm gonna explain this to you. I'm gonna say this in a nutshell to break down all of what we was talking about. The reason why a lot of these artists try to change, they want to be relevant. One thing is to have a whole catalog of hits that nobody listening to. The older generation listening to that. But again, you want some of that new money. Again, this older generation ain't no shell out no more money. They may come to a few concerts, a few, but you still want people to be into your music, that young music, that young money, that young generation. You want to be relevant again. You want to get You got the Migos in there throwing some beats. Get Carolina. You like, okay, what that got to do with anything? But okay, they want to be relevant.
Right, but see, here's the thing: relevancy and timelessness. So even if we brought it to rap, if you listen to the rappers who actually have, you can understand what they're saying. They're not going. You be like, wait, what? And then you read it, it'd be like, those who shall not be named are the man. You be like, wait a minute, that's what he said. You be like, you be like, it's so deep. That's how the young community see it. But I'm saying, when you actually have real lyrics, those are the bigger artists. Like if you look at Drake or J. Cole or Kid, you can understand them, and they're the bigger artists. You go to women sing, Beyonce, you can understand what she's singing. I hear some of these women, I don't even know what they're saying, and
thought for a second you was about to say something about the Queen Bee. They was gonna shut our whole channel down.
Nah, man, look,
that's
I ain't.
One thing I'm gonna tell you before we do
I will get to 100 videos before I let you know about the Beehive. I gotta be 100 videos in and 10,000 subscribers deep, and then you can know what I think about Beyonce. Until then, you know what? I'm gonna put her in that same realm as she who shall not be named from this point on.
You gotta be careful with these guys, man. You go out there.
I'm saying she's talented enough that she has lyrics and she has songs, so it makes her timeless. Just like Drake, no matter if you love him or hate him, it makes him timeless because you can repeat his lyrics. And Kendrick and J. Cole, Lil Baby and the Baby. I don't know what these guys are saying.
But these guys are basically mumble rappers, though.
Exactly.
But the thing that I was looking at here, and when you mentioned Drake, the reason why Drake is bigger than Lil Wayne now is because, see, Drake doesn't use the B word as much as Lil Wayne. All of that cussing. Now Lil Wayne is just cussing and he's just losing his mind. See, when your rap people start, migrating to something different. People don't want to hear all that rough stuff. Now they want to listen to party rap. This is what the young people are listening to, party rap.
And you know what? And to bring it full circle, the same thing with singing. Good singing, you should be able, I have a son. I should be able to put your music on with my son and be jamming, okay, and not knowing that you're not going to say anything out of line. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you as a father. My son is 3. Me and my wife will put on a song. We'd be like, okay, we know this artist don't get down like that. And you be jamming, and I'm going to the mall, but that damn girl needs to shut the hell up. You be like, wait, what? And you don't hear it because the language is just so normal to you. But when you got your son in the car, you're like, shut the hell up. Oh. And he be, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. You're like, no, that's the part you didn't supposed to hear. No. And that's the only part he gonna hear. You be like, oh God, no. Then you know what I do? I end up turning on the 60s, 70s music, and I know they not gonna curse. They just gonna allude and go around the subject, and I can play that.
I want to say this. You can tell in this video you're a first-time father, dude. You can tell, he's listening to this music. Let me turn it off. Second time, third time, father. You be like, shit, I'm gonna just let this play.
So
Look, close your ears. Daddy listening to his music right now, you know. Booty clap. Booty clap. You know, you been like, now why Sister Sledge in there from the 70s singing booty clap, booty clap?
Now, I normally don't do disclaimers, but, you know, that brother spoke on Sister Sledge. Don't blame me. He brought her into this. I did not bring her into this. But with that, man, I want to end this one because I think this one was good. It was fun. All right, with that, I'm going to keep this one real professional. All right.
We can see your last fun.
Big Keison, a.k.a. the Bearded Gentleman, a.k.a. Raymond Reddington. I'll have a new nickname in the next video. And that is Uncle Tim, a.k.a. Tim 2.0, a.k.a. Tim 2.0 Review. Check them out.